Native advertising is a paid advertisement which fits into the web content in such a way that it doesn't really look like a separate content. So the design of the ad is in such a way that it completely goes, it doesn't feel like a separate ad. And that's the benefit of native advertisement. So um, whenever you see a person like, let's say you open up a web browser and you are reading through an article on a website, and you see a traditional ad, a traditional banner ad, you would automatically your brain will work in such a way that it will automatically try to remove that or try to filter it out, and you would not really make register the ad. That's why we have systems like brand lift on our ad to really bring the user's attention, and that's why we keep on saying, if you're running a banner ad or if you're running a video ad, try to make it attractive, try to make it funny, try to make it in such a way that it will definitely look like someone would want to see it. So that's why traditional banner, whenever you put traditional banner on a website, it automatically tries to, people would just not, it will just filter out. It will just filter out. You will not really remember. Try to remember of an ad that you've seen in last 24 hours. You would not really remember. The same concept lies with billboards, or it's the same concept lies with a TV ad. If something is not very attractive, if something doesn't connect with with your day-to-day routine or connect with what you want, then it will not really make sense, and that's why it would not really attract your attention towards the ad. Now, native advertising is an ad which has overcome these issues. Now, let's say you are reading an article, and as you go towards the end of the article, you will see some recommends. In the recommends, you will see an ad. So it will be as per the content of the website. So let's say you are reading a health article, for example, and right after that, you will see some recommends, and you'll see a content which shows, which are like health articles, future health articles, or there was something related to health articles, or something related to a gym membership. Now, the gym membership would be your sponsored ad. So native ad is a paid advertisement. So the best way to find a paid advertisement is through sponsor. Native advertisement is, it's there on social media feed. It's there on programmatic. It's there on, programmatically. It is available on websites, on apps, on videos, and on OTTs as well. So native advertisement has really captured the entire market. So I have few examples here. You see here a Facebook or Instagram ad. You will see this one is a native ad. Here on search, this one is a native ad. Here you will find this is the recommends. Like this was the article, let's say, and these are this one is powered by Outbrain Smart Feed. So this is coming from native ad that Outbrain runs. Probably this two are the related articles. So something like that. Okay. So native ads improve users' experience, add, blend, and complement with the user's content experience, are less likely to feel disruptive. This is what I had been telling all along. Now, I just want to discuss about an experience that I myself feel like. Let's say I was reading a wedding article, like wedding brides article, and when I scroll down, I see something completely irrelevant native ad. That native ad is not going to work. So even if you're writing, you are running a native ad, and native ad has its own advantages. But if you are not targeting, we are not we should not ignore the fact that targeting is very important in native ads as well. So if you are ignoring the fact that you should be targeting people who are interested in weddings and stuffs, then you will be most likely to just show some random people, and that will not really perform. So if you are a person who has already run a native ad and it did not really perform, I would recommend you to look into your strategy, to deep dive into the audiences that you have targeted. Always remember, the content that the ad should appeal, should go along with the content that it on with the content that the user is reading. So if you are a food company, you should be targeting something related to food and drink. If you are a pharmacy, you should be targeting something related to healthcare. So you see my point. There has to be some correlation between your ad and the content that it should appear to. So I always go with contextual targeting when we are talking about native ad. If contextual targeting is not there, that's not a problem. You can always build your own custom intent segments and choose the right audiences with the right context of the website, and then your ads can be shown. Okay, so enhanced storytelling canvas, flexible component-based ads allow you to tell captivating brand story that incorporates different screens and different types of publisher content. So let's take the example of the health article that I was looking at. I was reading and I went down and I see a gym membership, or you talk about how awesome your gym is, or you talk about how your fitness app is and how it has helped so many lives and so on. So there you talk about your band story, how it has made significant changes in someone's life. So that's something that you might want to talk in native ad. So that's and it is idle for mobile. Native ad works well on every devices, especially on mobile, but the alignment naturally with the mobile optimized content layout. So you would not really understand, like you would not really identify the difference between the actual content versus your ad until you see sponsored. Now there is one thing that you might want to remember that might come into your mind is, but isn't people supposed to know that it is an ad and it's not an ad? Okay, so let's put us on user's shoes. If or a user, a person who is looking to be fit, who wants to be fit, is reading health articles and would benefit out of the fitness app, it's good thing. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So advertisement might sound very manipulative, but the whole point of advertising is not to manipulate people, but to get to the point where it benefits people. Okay, so native ads has users are more likely to click on it, and while running native ads, we have always seen click-through rate much higher than the traditional banner ads. Okay, so this is one data that I've collected from Adroll's blog, and they have that they are sent by Interactive IAB and BI Intelligence. So yeah, you can see that using native advertising on social channels, it has increased to 2018. It has just increased 5 times of what it was in 2013. So native advertising market is definitely booming. Now, if you look at the native display, specifically display ad revenue, it has also increased from 2016 to 2014 from $13 to $12 in US. Okay. Um, Millennials are more likely to get attentive to native ads because you need Native advertising here, especially when shared in social media, can deliver with this generation. The ability to reach millennials with effective ads will proves crucial for businesses. Okay, now there is one thing that you have to understand is native ad is constituted of headlines of images. I will come back to the slide after some time. I will show you one example. So here you see an native ad here. So you have a headline, you have an image, you have a body, call to action, and brand name. Pretty much looks like a Facebook ad, but it's not a Facebook ad. You will really, it just merges into the website content. Now, to make native ad work, you have to make sure that your headline is attractive. You're giving relevant information in your body. Your image is good enough. It should be high quality image, and then you should put relevant call to action. So I have some do's and don'ts here. So use beautiful resolution photographic images. I have seen so many native ads being run where the images are so blurred or it doesn't really make sense on what the brand is trying to say. So that's something we should be avoiding. Guide users to rich editorial content on relevant landing page. Always remember, whatever you're saying on your ad, your landing page should reflect that. Now, let's say you're selling a shoe and your landing page takes the user to the home page, let's say, and the user is really searching for the shoe, the awesome beautiful shoe that he has seen or she has seen on the ad. So that's something that you would want to avoid, because that's why people come off your website, and that's why you get high bounce rates. Okay, offer publishers as many assets as possible for the largest reach. Okay, don't use image with too much text. That's something you should be avoiding. Adding too much text. In fact, there are some DSPs who will right away remove your ad if you have too much text on it. Use banner ad creatives. You should not use banner ad creatives, because banner ad creatives are created in such a way that I have this covered in one of my programmatic advertising tutorials, where we know that for a banner ad you have a specific logo, you need to have the image in the background, you need to put a simple description and a headline, or the what you're trying to offer, not exactly like not in detailed manner like what we see in native ad, because you have less space and you need to exactly say what you're trying to sell, or what you're trying to, how you can help the customer. So that if you use that image or here, it will not definitely not work. So you have to make sure that you put an image which is high in quality, which doesn't have text in it, and you absolutely cannot use a banner ad creator. Use text that reads like sales copy with offer too many product names. Yeah, so you should not really make it too salesy. So try to make it sound natural, which will be for example, people are reading a content and you use like 100% off, 200% off, or 20% discount, and you get this membership, gym membership, only 10%, 10 slots left. No, that's something that you should be avoiding, because that's where people will be like, okay, so this person is selling. I definitely don't want to go on that ad. So that's how you can not get CTR. Even if you don't sound like a salesperson, you can definitely attract the customer's attention using good copy. So yeah, keep an eye on the, I have a separate tutorial coming up on how to create good copy for your customers, which doesn't look too manipulative, but that serves right for the audiences and also helps your business to grow. Okay, now yeah, so coming back here, the headline in the content, 1 in 5 million exclusively read headlines. So headlines is where that important. 80% of millennials say headlines should be informative. So that's one of the thing that you might want to follow that your headline should be good enough, should be useful for a person. Okay, in feed native ads, which is under in form of an article or comes on in an article, those for in feed native ads are preferable to all of the digital marketing. 80% of millennials say in feed native ads are good user experience. 44% says in feed native ads improve the perception of the publisher, site, or ad. If you are a publisher, you should be, this is something that is very important. You should be able to sign up with advertisers who put quality ads on your website, because that's how your the user have a different perception, have a good impression about you. Okay, so credibility, trustworthiness, and timeliness are the most important qualities of content feed for millennials. Okay, so if native ad is getting big, what should you be doing? Pay attention to your headline, understand the content that's shown, create compelling content. So that's what I'm thinking. I said create compelling content, create compelling sales copy, which your customer will get attracted to. Um, and test out in different multi-channel. This is something that I've been saying on and on. Like you should be able to keep an eye on different testing channels and find out what best works for you. You should also do an A/B testing between your copies or between uh, your images, which one really makes sense, and then you can move forward with the best performance. Invest more in native channels that work for you. So whatever channel is especially through a programmatic partner is growing quickly and offers even greater scale with few individual channels to manage. Okay, now, native ads in Google DV360. I have worked in using native ads on fewer platforms. Like I have worked on DV360, I've worked on Adroll, and I have seen similar kind of pattern where I have seen performance. But you have to remember that DV360 has partnered with premium publishers. That's where I'm getting to, and they have precise audiences. So advertisers can customize native ads based on the understanding of the user's interest. This is something that I have told you already. If you are targeting food lovers, you should be targeting food lovers and not all people. So because remember, your native ad is going to be content of a website, so it will be part of the content of the website. It should not be completely off-putting, or it should not be something completely irrelevant. So your ad should be, because at the end of the day your ad will appear in by real-time bidding. If you're specifically going with real-time bidding, you have to make sure that your audiences is set right. Scalable DV360, it's a known thing. I've mentioned over and over again. They have premium publishers, and they have partnerships with hundreds of billions of native impressions each month with native publishers. So it's a good thing to run with. The most important ad exchanges that DV360 runs on is, apart from Addicts, are BitSwitch and MoPub, which performs really well. I have seen MoPub performing really well for retailers, and for automobile I've seen BitSwitch run, but that's something I have learned from my case studies. It might be different for yours, so you have to make sure that you have wide number of options available so that you can test it out while you are optimizing your campaign. Okay, so easy to build. It's obviously easy to build a campaign, just like how you build a campaign in DV360. I will cover how to launch a native campaign, or how you can create a native ads in future. Please keep an eye on the channel, or just subscribe our channel, or and hit the bell notification so that you can get whenever you get notified whenever a new video comes up. Okay, so like I said, it is 2x efficient than any other ad. Integrated digital strategy, run native ads alongside standard display, video, and other campaigns to understand what really works. Also, optimize the campaign for all environment and formats to understand what message resonates best for best different audiences on different devices. I also told you about trying out A/B testing, using the content, the copy, the image and the landing page. Whatever works best for you, you should go forward with it. But unless you test it, you will not really know what works for your business. Okay, three types of native ad formats are available in DV360. One is content ad. It is simple, organic, and site app content. You see an ad on an app, so that's a native ad. You see a ad on the articles, that's a native ad. Then you have app installs, inspire app action, and increase installs on mobile apps and mobile web. And you have in video captures attention with video ads that mirror the look and feel and context of the page. Okay, so this is something that we have covered. The second part is how Adroll provides differently for native ads. Adroll is conglomeration of all the other channels. There you see native ads on web films, photo streams, integrated graphics, promoted tweets, sponsor stories, and paid discovery. And Adroll has said that through its recent study, it has seen that 25 of the consumers are more likely to view native ads compared to traditional banners. 52% of them has more views for native ads compared to the banner ads, and 18% higher lift purchase intent responses than traditional banner ads, 40% cheaper cost per click, and 53% better click-through rate. Okay, now native ads in trade desk. So we spoke about DV360, we spoke about Adroll, how it works for Adroll. We covered that in Adroll it actually covers the other social media as well, unlike DV360. So if you are someone who wants to target the other channels through along with the web channels as well, you might want to go with Adroll. Now, trading desk enrich users' experience by adding site content with native network, and their winning combination to drive engagement in CTR and CBA. Right. And similarly, just like how you do it in other platforms, you use an image, logo, copy, URL to upload it in the platform, and then you are set. After you are done, you're just going to pull reports, analyze what works for you, and then test your creatives what works for you, and go forward with the best performing creative or best performing copy. But again, everything will perform if you have the right set of audiences. Now, the fourth tool that I'm talking about is Criteo. Criteo has partnered with Mocha to drive their native advertisements. So native advertisement, they have seen 90% year over increase of advertisers. So they have seen real relevant performance, and native ads on Mocha provide 4x higher click-through rates for Criteo compared to the banner ads on Mocha. Okay, so this is it. I have two more. So this is something that apart from here, there are other tools as well you might want to go through. So for example, we have okay, so no, sorry, I have something for you guys. Okay, we have the training desk, and we have TubeMogul, Adobe's TubeMogul. Adobe or TubeMogul has partnered with Triplift to get the immense best performance across TV, OLV, mobile, and social buys. And if you're using Tube Mogul, this is where your ad will appear. So your ad will appear on mobile video native ad, mobile display native ad, and mobile video native ad, and mobile display native ad here. So this is how it will look like. So this is the mobile native ad. This is how another format of the mobile native ad. Yeah, so you have more examples here. I will send you all these links in the description box so that you might be able to look at them, and you can decide where you really want to show your ads on. Okay, thank you so much um, for looking into